I'm going to get going with the Golos build out of selection 2. This is either my last build before Theros or my next to last. I do have a few packs that I cracked as a Christmas gift, and those packs had at least one or two cards that I think were going to help me make a build that was monocolor. I may do that, I'm not sure. But right now, what I'm going to do is do the Golos build, which is going to be a 5-color with selection 2. I already did Nifmin Set Reborn with selection 1. Anyway, so these cards are going into the next round, if there is one, before Theros. But I wanted to show something very interesting that I just noticed right now while looking at the comments from my Christmas packs. I mean, can you tell that there's a very big difference in the color on the edge of the cardboard? Well, these are War of the Spark cards, and then these are Throne of Eldraine and M20 cards in the dark edge. So there you have it. A small difference for the cardboard for the printings. Anyways, those cards are not going to be used in this build. I already selected a while back what I thought were the cards that were going to be good for a Golos deck, but I am going to go through them, and I'm going to go through the cards that were not picked, just to remind myself what the heck it was, what I put in which pile. Okay, and just like in the case of the Nifmin Set Reborn build, it's just a clockwork build. That's what a 5-color deck build is all about. You're really playing with a very weird combination of aggro and control, because you can get locked out of a specific color that really gives your opponent an in to hit you pretty hard before you can recover. Okay, so anyways, back to Golos. So what does this dude do? He's a 5/3/5. He's a scout. He's going to be your commander. And when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a land card, any land card, it doesn't say basic, it's any land card, and put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then you shuffle. And then for 7, and this is where the 5-color membership, if you will, identity of this card comes from. For 7, you look at the top 3 cards of your library, you exile them, and you may play them this turn. So you have a turn to play them, but without paying their mana cost. So of course, why wouldn't you? Unless you draw, say, you already cast your land, and then you draw 3 lands. You can do nothing with them. You're just exiling lands. But either way, that's an interesting card. Very different to Nifmin Set Reborn. Nifmin Set Reborn wanted you to have a bunch of 2-color cards, because you were going to be able to cast them, put them in your hand, you were able to mega draw with them. Golos is not doing any of that. Golos is telling you, you better know what's at the top of your deck, the top 3 cards of your deck, once you hit 7 mana in your pool, and you can hit all 5 colors. So really, unlike Nifmin Set Reborn, I think, where you really wanted to have a bunch of 2-color cards and have them all balanced and all that good stuff, I would try to minimize the number of multicolored cards that I have. I would want to say, well, I just want to be able to manipulate my deck as much as possible, but I don't really want to get mana screwed or screwed out of a specific color. Okay, so let me go through the cards that I picked, and then I'll go through the ones that I didn't pick, and then maybe I'll realize if I made a mistake or not. Remove a counter from a creature, land, or artifact you control and draw a card. That's pretty good. Surveil 2. Okay, so when you surveil, you're going to look at the top 2 cards of your library, and you can put them back. You can put them in your graveyard or the rest on top of your library, so you manipulate. So surveil is BFF with this deck. So pretty much anything that says surveil, I'm going to want. Then Sahili. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an artifact. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another. I don't really see why I put this in this pile. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of your turn. You may play an additional land this turn. That's pretty good. It almost adds to Golos, but it actually lets you to do something a little bit like what Golos is doing, but you still have to play them with your mana. But you can do it as a 5 cast. Golos is making you wait for 7. I would say that's good actually. Let me get my pile straight. Yes, no, yes, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, yes. Where the heck did I? Oh, no is at the bottom. No is back here. Here we go. So these are all yeses for now. Yep. Control an artifact, control an enchantment. I'm not on Muldrotha, where I need to play very carefully with the types of cards that I have. But it wouldn't hurt, now that I'm preparing for Theros, to try to go for a little bit of an artifact and enchantment theme in this deck. Also, just in case, for whatever reason, I don't get around to building a pre-Theros deck, something that I like to do. I like to build a next set deck just to figure out how it's going to play out. It's a nice exercise, so I would say yes. Wall of text. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. And so yeah, so we're on artifact and enchantments here, sort of as a sideshow, because this card allows us to do that. And as a side effect, we're getting to manipulate the top of our library. Now, of course, we're going to put them at the bottom of the library, but still, I think that's a good effect to have in the deck. Aurelia is here because it's good and it's a flyer. And Mentor is good because it lets us hit. So this is part of the aggro control weird mix that we need to have in the 5-color deck. So I would say yes. It's great to have a big flyer. So I would say yes. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 5 colors among permanents you control, bing, bing, bing. There are 6 or more card types among permanents you control and our cards in your graveyard, and your life total is greater than or equal to your starting life total, you win the game. So how about that? I'm not sure I want to build the entire deck around it, but I've already seen things that do artifact and enchantment things, and I like that. And I'm already seeing that, yeah, we're going to go for 5 colors anyways. So yeah, maybe we should try a little balancing, besides an artifact and enchantment theme, just the balancing of all the types. I'll see about that. Great card, should be in. I want mana of any color, as we saw in the Nifmis Set Reborn build. Anything that adds 1 color or any color of any color is good. I'm gonna say no for now. The 2 target creatures, they gain trample. Deals combat equal to it. Yeah, so you get a free fight trick. I would say yes to this card, even though it's really heavy on monocolor. I'm going to be discouraging multicolored cards in this build anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I'll keep it for now. But man, 3 green is a requirement. Create a food token allows me to gain life. We are going to be on life gain. So we're going to try life gain, artifacts and enchantments, balanced types. And of course, we're going to do 5 colors, and we're going to balance to have representation that is roughly equal from each color. Create 2 tokens. It's a 7/5/5. No, not really. Search your library for lands. That's pretty good. Yeah. It's nice to have artifact creatures, because then if you get host for mana, you can just cast them. So I would say yes. Add 1 mana of any color. Yes. No, I'm not sure that I want to do that yet, or at all. Add 1 mana of any color, yes. Until your next turn, up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature. Artifact card you own from outside the game. That's pretty brutal to throw in there, so I would put it in. Equal to the number of artifacts and enchantments. We're going to control that. We're going to check that number to make sure this card is playable in this deck, but I'm going to say yes right now. We're going to need big flyers, just like in the Nifmis Set Reborn deck. Yes. Surveil 2 is fantastic in this deck. So yes. Scry 2. Even though you're not really a milling theme, what you really want is a Scry 2, so I would say yes. Okay, so these guys didn't make it. And nothing is coming back. Whatever doesn't make the first round is never going to make it back, because just like in the other builds that we've done, there's no way that, I mean, we're going to have way more cards than we need. Okay, so, and I'm going to say yes because of Scry 2 to this card. I'm going to need big flyers, and this thing reanimates, which is fantastic for 7. Yeah, I'm going to say yes from the toolkit. The toolkit proved really useful for these builds just because it's very hard to pull big flyers from random selections of packs. This guy is in. It's a great way to just, yeah, it deals 1 damage to each player. That includes you if you're low. So it's a great way to end games, hopefully in your favor. So I would say yes. When it attacks, put a counter on it, create a bunch of tokens. Yeah, it's part of the aggro, the weird aggro control thing that I'm playing. I think it's pretty good, so I would say yes. And I'm gonna pick Shivan Dragon as well. I want the high-end flyers from the toolkit. Yeah, pinging around to players, hitting them for 2. That's not bad. Yeah, maybe if somebody has humans or artifacts, you can tuck them. Yeah, that's not bad. I would keep pacifism for sure in this build. This guy is an all-around winner. We're on lifelink as well. I think I want to be on lifelink. I want to be able to destroy target artifact or enchantment. No, too little. It's too little for a commander build. Nice protection. I'm going to keep it in for now. Also nice protection, and I would keep it in for now as well. Gain 3 life. Scry 2. This guy is great in this deck. Absolutely. Very, very good in this deck. Now, it flickers target creature you own, so it can flicker Golos. I think it can. Nice death and taxes thing going on. Replaces itself with a token. Not bad. Yes. Yeah. Token heaven, of course. Absolutely. Doesn't hurt to have hexproof, so I would say yes. And then temporary exile. Target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, an opponent controls. Card draw. Amass is pretty good. Of course, I love Amass, so I would take this. Not sure how many flyers I'm going to have, but I would be willing to play 3 to draw 3 cards, and 2 cards anyways. That's a divination. Scry 2, very good in this deck. Scry 1, also very good in this deck. I love this trick, so I'll consider it for pretty much any deck that I'll build. Draw 3 cards, and if you pay 3 mana for it, you scry 3. That's fantastic. Not sure about this one. Exile it, shuffled. Nah, that's nice, but I don't think I need it. I don't think I need that trick. I'm gonna be very picky. Tapper, I don't think I need it. Yeah, I don't need this either. Not really. I'm gonna put it in for now. Yeah, manipulating the top of my deck, absolutely. Scry 4, man, I really need that. You better believe it. Flyers, flyers are my friend. Okay, so I'm reaching the 15-minute mark. I'm going to stop right there and continue in the next video. So I'm going through the cards that I already picked for Golos. And then I'll do that. And I'll look through all the cards that I didn't pick just in case I have a little bit of a brain fart. Okay,